Hello and welcome to the Enlightenment Tarot. I'm Stefan. I am a certified positive psychology coach and I have studied tarot and the Tree of Life for more than 40 years. This unique expertise allowed me to author the Enlightenment Tarot, a tarot deck optimized for enlightenment and psychological tarot readings. Today we will unravel the mysteries of the Ace of Cups, which is the pinnacle of creation. By the end of the video you will be acquainted with its wonderful powers. This will put you in the position to make use of this amazing faculty of consciousness, which became famous through the Arthurian legends as the Holy Grail. I will reveal the connection between the Ace of Cups and the Holy Grail at the end of the video. With the Ace of Cups we enter human personality, which comprises Netzach, Hod, Yesod and Malkuth. In terms of levels, these are the creative, feely, intellectual and bodily practical levels of human expression. As you can see, the Ace of Cups represents the highest faculty of human personality, which is creative intention. Creative intention is the needle's eye through which inspiration, that's the Ten of Wands, enter personality. There they become creative desires, which in turn initiate creative processes. The word inspiration comes from the Latin word inspirare, which means to breathe into or blow into. In spiritual scriptures, the term breath and spirit are interchangeable. That's why inspiration is a spiritual matter. Creative desires are promises. The higher self intends something for us and then inspires us through the power of the Ten of Wands. The faculty of the Ace of Wands allows us to conceive inspirations and turn them into desires. Creativity is not the formation of a new arrangement of things that already exist. Creativity brings something new into this world. Accordingly, a musician is not an artist, he's a craftsman. A composer is an artist. Usually people are unaware of how inspiration arrives in their personality and turns into desires. It appears that desires appear out of nothing. That seeming nothing is the higher self. Creativity is magic. Don't examine it too closely. Edward Albee. The Ace of Cups stands for the beginning of a creative process like an invention, an artistic pursuit or a relationship, but also an experience like a vacation. This is where the secondary meanings of originality, artistry, novelty and genius come from. But mind that the Ace of Cups is at the receiving end of inspiration. People are not geniuses, they have a genius, and the genius is the higher self. Here's a religious take on this concept. Art is a collaboration between God and the artist. André Gide. The creative level of human expression is also the level of feelings. As mentioned, feelings and emotions are different affairs. The body reacts to experiences by producing emotions, which can be pleasant or unpleasant. The soul cultivates feelings like love, happiness, a sense of beauty, a sense of purpose and gratitude. A work of art, which isn't based on feelings, isn't art at all. Paul Cézanne. The mother of all feelings is love. In this respect, the power of the Ace of Cups turns inspiration into love for creative expression. This is where the secondary meanings of art and love and House of the True Heart, Arthur Waite, come from. Art must be an expression of love, or it is nothing. Marc Chagall. As mentioned, desiring and creativity are the same things. Formulating desires is a creative process. Essentially, there is no difference between the desire to paint a picture, the desire to experience something, or the desire to have something. Everybody can desire, and hence everybody is creative. We're born with this faculty. But not everybody can desire consciously and skillfully. Artists are skilled desirers. Also, artistic creativity is more sophisticated and more rewarding. An inspiration is abstract and cosmic. A desire is concrete and personal. To understand what turns intentions into desires, we need to have a closer look at how the higher self and creativity connect. On the Tree of Life, they connect through the 24th path, the imaginative intelligence illustrated by the death or transformation card. Imagination turns inspiration into a stream of mental images which become desires. That's why creators are considered visionary. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. George Bernard Shaw. Mind cups in tarot cards symbolize imagination. The cup is a form or mold, the image of a desire, into which we pour consciousness. The Star Revelation card illustrates this mental process. If the Ace of Wands turns up auspicious during a tarot reading, it may indicate a creative spark followed by the urge to create something. If the Ace of Cups turns up inauspicious, it may indicate that the querent is oppressing inspirations. Inspirations can be life-changing, hence scary. Or the querent's ego may block inspirations because it wants to protect its selfish agenda. The picture shows an open hand balancing a single chalice made of water. In tarot, water symbolizes consciousness. The hand is the hand of the higher self, which is hidden behind the cloud upon the sanctuary that conceals the spiritual level and the higher self. The Hebrew letter Yod means open hand. This letter belongs to the Hermit Attainment card. The letter Yod has the form of a flame and is the root letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is also called the flame alphabet. As such, Yod symbolizes spirit, the root of creation. Yod is a flame. Blow upon it and you create all the other letters of the alphabet. Non Milo Ducat. We derive the psychological meanings of tarot cards from their position on the Tree of Life. According to the Enlightenment Tarot framework, the Ace of Cups represents Kether of Netzach, that is, intention on the creative feely level of human expression. Every tarot card represents a faculty or power of consciousness. We can use faculties of consciousness constructively and destructively, which produces either a fortunate or an adverse state of mind. Hence, every tarot card has 5 core meanings. Here are the 5 core meanings of the Ace of Cups. Power of consciousness, desiring. That's creative intention. Constructive use, creativity. Destructive use, lack of creativity or destructive creativity. Favorable internal experience, inspiration or a creative spark. Adverse internal experience, entanglement. Let's have a look at what various tarotists wrote about the Ace of Cups. Usually tarotists consider the astrological significances of tarot cards. The Ace of Cups embraces the zodiacs Cancer, Leo and Virgo. This merges the protective motherly characteristics of Cancer with the fatherly rulership forces of Leo and the knowledgeable executive capabilities of Virgo. For the Ace of Cups, Paul Foster Case offered the keyword desire force. Desire intent would have been a bit more accurate, but intention is always forceful and the terms are almost interchangeable. Paul listed 2 sets of secondary meanings. The first is fertility, productiveness, development, multiplication, and geniality. These all refer to the creative power of the Ace of Cups, the crown of creation. Creative fertility would actually be a great title for this card, too. The second set includes happiness, pleasure, gratification, cheerfulness, and gaiety. These meanings refer to the generation of feelings. Having said that, pleasure and gratification are actually emotions. His inauspicious meanings are over-intensity of the desire nature, that's an inner demon, trouble in love, that's a weakness, and too much emphasis on pleasure. Pleasure is a bit off, since pleasure is an emotion. Paul also gave the meaning of the fruition of desire. This is off as well. On this level, we are dealing with the conception of desires. The fruition of desire happens in the sphere of the Ten of Cups. Arthur Edward Wade calls this card the house of the true heart, that's love, and the holy table. In tarot, a table symbolizes attention, the magician's table. The sphere of the Ace of Cups emanates the path illustrated by the magician attention card. Some of Arthur's auspicious meanings are joy, content, felicity, abundance, nourishment, and fertility. The first three meanings refer to feelings, the last three indicate the creative prowess of the Ace of Cups. The meaning of advice that should be followed signifies that the Ace of Cups is the receptacle of inspiration, which gives rise to the notion of creative fertility. The inauspicious meanings are the house of the false heart and inflexible will. The latter denotes a person with strong creative intent who isn't receptive to the higher self's inspirations. Arthur also gave the meaning unalterable law, which is off. On the Tree of Life, the fives represent the sphere of law. Arthur also gave these inauspicious meanings: mutation, instability, revolution, and unexpected change of position. These refer to the disruptive qualities of unwanted inspirations. On the fortune-telling side, Arthur offers the meaning good marriage. This is a good fit, since a marriage is a creative pursuit as well. Eteia, a French occultist and the first known professional tarotist, offers the meanings of probity and indulgence. Probity or integrity reveals an important aspect of inspiration. The higher self's inspirations are always just. Indulgence is off, since indulgence is an inauspicious expression of the force. Papus, another French occultist and the founder of the Martinist order, offers the meaning of commencement of a love affair. This fits, since the Ace of Cups signifies the root of all feelings. However, this is too specific. A creative pursuit in the name of love can take on many forms, not just a love relationship. Also, a love affair is a romantic matter that involves a lot of emotions. It takes time to turn romances into love relationships. Gregor Mather, the founder of the Golden Dawn, claims that an auspicious Ace of Cups signifies counsel, advice, and deliberation. These meanings denote that the faculty of the Ace of Cups receives inspirations from the higher self. Having said that, the terms creative counsel, creative advice, and creative deliberation would have been more accurate. Madame Le Marchand, a 19th century celebrated Parisian fortune teller, said that the Ace of Cups signifies vexation, quarrel, strife, a duel, murder, and bloodshed, of which the querent is innocent. This is quite off. The Age of Wands signifies creative fertility or sterility, and there is no violence on this level. As you can see, tarot meanings are a bit messy. The reason is that the meanings that pertain to the card's position on the Tree of Life are mixed up with astrological correspondences, symbolic interpretations, and fortune-telling connotations. That's tedious to memorize. Further, tarotists' opinions, knowledge, and linguistic backgrounds shaped some of these interpretations. Last but not least, many meanings are fuzzy, contradictory, and overlap. If you want to understand why they overlap, read the article How to Deal with the Overlapping Meanings of Tarot Cards. You'll find the link in the video description. The meanings of the Enlightenment Tarot are based on an objective, holistic framework, the Tree of Life, and the 4 levels of human expression. The resulting meanings are transparent and logical, and hence easier to memorize. And now, the Holy Grail. If you ever wondered what the Holy Grail is, you're looking at it. According to the Arthurian legends, the Holy Grail promises illumination, eternal life, endless abundance, divine favor or protection, the fulfillment of desires, purification, and divine healing. Why does the Holy Grail promises illumination? Because it is the gateway to the spiritual level of human expression. Why does the Holy Grail bring eternal life? Because illumination causes the realization of our soul and the higher self, which are immortal. What about endless abundance, divine favor, and protection? These meanings refer to inspiration and the guidance of the higher self. Why does the Holy Grail assure divine healing and purification? Because the influx of spiritual forces into personality heals and purifies the body and mind vehicle. Why does the Holy Grail fulfill desires? Well, it doesn't, but it signifies the mentioned fact that creative desires are promises. Thank you for watching this episode of the Enlightenment Tarot. I hope you discovered an inspiration or two. Please help to spread the light with a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe. Love and light.